Yeah, yeah. This is Yinka Adesola. It's been quite some time I did this, and I just felt I should come live this afternoon. Most times I will say I want to come live, but here I am this afternoon. I'm coming live one on one. You can see me. You can ask questions. I'm going to be discussing. You can see me. You can ask questions. I'm going to be discussing this afternoon a lot about agriculture, a lot about farming. Yes, I know a lot of people will be surprised. It's been long I did this, quite some time now. And but this afternoon I just felt I need to do this again. I've been wanting to do this for quite some time too, but unfortunately, it's either I feel I don't have electricity, or I don't have the time, or I'm on the farm, or on so many other things, or anything could just come up. But this afternoon, yes, sorry, I know I did not inform anyone, and so I'm going to stay for some time, as in I'm going to stay here sharing things. I'm going to stay here discussing with you. Like, the intention of coming online this afternoon is to discuss a lot about cluster farming, is to discuss a lot about how do we even get there, how do we get to where we are, how do we get ourselves out of this place, how do we get out of this squandering, how do we get out of this kind of poverty, how do we get out of the situations we find ourselves right now. We find ourselves in a very difficult situation, and welcome if you are joining me. I know I did not announce this because most times I'd wanted to do this, but I found out either the network would disturb me or anything, so I just felt, let me just go online. I see and discuss this afternoon. So welcome if you are joining me here, and definitely I'll be discussing about agriculture. I'll be talking about agriculture. So you are welcome, you are welcome, you are welcome, you are welcome. And like I said, I'll be discussing about agriculture. Now, what I'll be talking about this afternoon is, okay, where are we going? What is happening? Which levels? There's been a lot of things happening in Nigeria. There's been a lot of things happening generally all over, everywhere. You find that, okay, if you're a farmer, you're affected. If you're a teacher, you're affected because you buy food from the market. If you're an entrepreneur, you're affected. Everybody is affected by what is happening in terms of food scarcity, not food scarcity now, we say in terms of food expensiveness of food. Food prices are going up and everything, but the funny thing, despite the food prices going up, it's not getting to farmers. We are bitterly complaining, because I'm a farmer, and we are bitterly complaining. Yes, I produce, I sell it moves from one hand to the other, and I'm not getting compensated well for what I suffered for. Why is this so? You find out that there are a lot of people that will say, come and invest, come and invest. At the end of the day, they either run away, they skip away, or they are owing you. Why? Why is this so? I thought oil is agriculture is supposed to be the next oil. Yes, I'll be attending to your questions. I'll be talking. It's kind of a discussion for me. Somebody said, only if Oyo can give you 100 million naira and 50 you to train and establish. Oh, no, it's not as simple and easy like that. But I'm going to be explaining some things we need to do to get it right. I'm going to be sharing a lot of stories. I'm going to be sharing a lot of experiences from other countries, from Nigeria, and things that we can do in Nigeria to make something to get better. Honestly, there's great opportunity, massive opportunity in agriculture, and Nigeria is well placed to benefit. Okay, what are the causes? Why are food getting expensive? Why is dollar falling? See, I'm a farmer, but this is what I understand by the dollar. Currently, I think is last week I changed some dollar, and I think I changed for, in my local area, they gave me six, I can't even remember, over 600 naira for a dollar. But now, why is this so? Why is naira always going low and the dollar keeps going up? You know why? One, we have so much dependence on foreign goods. We are not producing as we are supposed to produce. We depend so much on foreign goods. And you know something? The basic foundations of any produce, of anything, the clothes you are wearing, the food you are eating, every other thing, the basic foundation for it comes from agriculture. Our clothes are made from agriculture. It's wool. We plant it. We plant cotton. We plant cotton. The cotton are converted to cloths. All the foods we eat come from agriculture, except the oil, because the oil is extracted from the soil. That is the only thing that is not coming from agriculture. Everything that you have access, that you and I have access to, everything that we're using comes from agriculture. And now, this same agriculture is the most neglected around here, but I'm not going to talk about government this afternoon. I'm discussing about how do we push it. What can we do to push it? How do we push it? So how do we do that? See, let me give you an instance. Nigeria spends several billions of naira importing food annually. We import a lot of food stuff annually. Now, that food that we are importing, the billions of naira spent on food importation, will have been better off if the agricultural system here is well established to produce that food. And then we'll be creating a lot of jobs for our youths. There'll be job creations and a lot of massive impact in that area. Job creation will not be only for the youth. Transporters will have jobs to do there because they will move goods. Processors will have jobs to do because they will process. There's a lot of jobs that agriculture can produce. And because other countries where we are bringing in those things, for as long as we're importing those things, we are exporting our own job. As in, we keep exporting, because in the country where you are importing all those materials, some farmers are producing it, some transporters are moving it out, some workers, some packers workers, there's a lot of job creation in any country that is producing food. But unfortunately, we are not. So what can we do? It's obvious we've established that no government is coming. Government is not coming to help anybody. No government is coming to increase food production. I must be sincere with you. You still know why? Every of their attitude, every of their steps they've taken in the agric empowerment, youth empowerment, it's something that will benefit individuals' pockets. For instance, if I get a place in government, all I struggle to do is, okay, if I tell them we want to do this project, if the project is 50 million, I want 30 million to go to my pockets. And then the remaining 20 million, we can now spread it and dash people. Meanwhile, this same project they are budgeting 50 million for, if they get 20 million will change a lot if it is people that have passion or have interest in agriculture, as in people that really want to do something. For instance, now I'm going to tell you the story of Netherlands for people that are here. Netherlands is just the size of maybe one of the states in Nigeria. I think once a state in Nigeria is having the same size of land as Netherlands, and Netherlands exports several billions of foods. They make their money from food exports. But the land space they have is just one state in Nigeria. We have 36 states in Nigeria. So one of our states is just the size of Netherlands. But Netherlands earn times 100 of what Nigeria is earning in agriculture. So what do? Netherlands have a lot of cluster farming. When we talk of cluster farming, let me give you another result. Since I said it is not government that helps Netherlands, I'm going to be sincere with you. It is not their government. It is individuals that come together and create a group, and it is individuals that come together that make it a kind of formidable front. How did they do this? Okay, one, I'm going to use their milk supply as example. You know the milk you buy, our pig milk, all the milk we buy, our pig milk and all these things is produce of Netherlands. You see they write Holland or whatever, Holland milk and all these stuff. They are production from Netherlands. So how do they do this? It's not owned by government in Netherlands. It's owned by farmers. It's farmers group. Okay, now this milk I'm telling the stories about is, okay, a group of farmers come together. They decide, okay, we are wasting our milk, we are not making money, or we have cows, we extract the milk and we are not making money. So they form a group, and in their group, they contribute money and resources and everything. They start processing their cattle milk, the milk they get from their cattle. And gradually that was how they expand to become Friesland Campina. So Friesland Campina is a group that is owned by farmers, a farmers group that developed Friesland Campina. Now, and it's because of a cluster. Cluster means farmers in the same group that are working together for the same purpose, for the same reason. Now, Netherlands is even too far. Let's come to Nigeria. I'm going to attend to your questions. Yes, I saw it. Okay. He said, I experienced politicians buying bokoto, cow food from London to come and eat in Nigeria. I was shocked. Buying ẹran meat cow malu to eat in Nigeria. Yes. What happened? Okay, I'm going to attend to that. You see, one of the reasons again is we don't value what we have. Plus, most times what we have is not readily available. Bokoto or cow meat and everything. Yes, I know people are processing and they're selling, but most times, where are the cows we have? We have the S-men cows that is destroying and killing everywhere. And it's not that they are properly processed. You go to slaughterhouse and you'll be shocked. A brother was revealing something to me just last week, what they were using to prepare the way the cattle and whatever, sick cattle and every other thing. Honestly, if you go to slaughterhouse in Nigeria, you will not eat meat again. That's by the side anyway. That's on the hygienic part, and yes, I'm being candid with you. If you go to the slaughterhouse in Nigeria, if you go to where things are being produced in Nigeria, you may opt not to eat anything again. But in this sense, why is that so? Because we left those business, we left it to the people, we left too much of it to the non-literate people. The same thing with farming, crop production. We left most of it to the non-literate people. How do we leave it to them? One, we produce food. You discover you are measuring in our measurement size are not equal. We measure anyhow and whatever, and so we could not really calculate what we get to the farmers. We have different measuring bowls from one market to the other, from everything. But meanwhile, if we are importing anything, if you import turkey, because turkey is an imported product, it is sold in kilos. Because some packaged chicken is an imported product, it is sold in kilos. But anything produced in Nigeria is not sold in kilo. We sell in measurement anytime, anything we like, So those are one of the challenges. But the major one right now is the farmers. Farmers work in scattered blocks. We're scattered all around. We don't work together as one. I've been screaming cluster, cluster, cluster. The essence and the advantage of cluster is that when you come together, you join a farmers group, not the previous farmers representative that are representing us. These are the challenges. Politicians have weaponized poverty, as in they make poverty so fashionable that people are so poor that they cannot ask for their rights. They cannot say, okay, I don't want this or I want this. No, people cannot say no to anything again because poverty has been weaponized. For instance, if they go to PDP meeting or APC meetings all around, I'm telling you experience, I see people go to attend APC meeting, PDP meeting because they will share 500 naira. They will share 250 naira. And so that when they go to that meeting, they will share those 250. That's what politicians give them at the party level. In the rural side, so they share those 250 naira, 150 naira, and it's those 150, 250 naira is because of that people vote, because they believe and then they look up to, okay, since it's my party and they are seeing me there every week, if anything is coming, like there's job opportunities, and job opportunities are another issues in Nigeria. Honestly, Nigeria need a lot of changing, restructuring, complete turnover. Now, the job opportunities is such that, okay, PDP are presently in power in Oyo State now. If APC can win, if PDP lose and APC win, it means they will sack everybody that PDP employed during PDP's time. They will sack all of them, and they will have to bring in their own people, whether they are competent or they are not competent. That is how the Nigerian system is working. So because of this issue, okay, a mother has children, and maybe one of them has been employed by PDP as casual workers, that is earning 17,000 naira monthly. You understand? He or she is earning 17,000, so they don't want to lose that 17,000 naira because of, you can imagine 17,000 naira monthly salary for a married man or for a married woman that has children. So because they don't want to lose this 17,000 naira monthly salary, they keep going to weekly meetings to elect a new PDP member. So even if it's in chaos, so they have to do everything right to make their party win, because if their party did not win, it means they will lose that 17,000 naira monthly salary. That is how much politicians have weaponized poverty in Nigeria. So it's difficult to convince the rural side. I'm not going to go the politics way. I'm just telling you why we are having a lot of challenges. Now, most of these people in the rural side will not farm. You know why they will not farm? Only the rugged can go to the farm. You know why? There's no machineries. There's no machineries to farm. We're still using hoes and cutlass. Okay, look at me now. How many beds do you think I can, how many do you think I can make with hoe as you are watching me here? We have a lot of them like me. I cannot make any beds, but I'm a farmer. I cannot, if I pick cutlass now, what size of land do you want me to cut with cutlass? I cannot. There's no machineries. So honestly, I don't always blame the rural dwellers. I don't always blame people that run away from the farm. Honestly, I've never had a cause to blame them, because it is tedious doing all these things. Extremely tedious. Now you wonder, okay, if you are not blaming them, what do you not want them to do? How do you not want to produce food? Because definitely the government is not coming. Definitely nobody is coming. Nobody will even provide the material because they are not interested. Now, the issue I'm trying to discuss here is if you, the educated, see, right now as I'm discussing with you, it's difficult changing or converting the rural dwellers to say, do this. One, poverty is at stake here. They don't have money to buy the modern tools or machineries or anything. And see, somebody that was born in the farm, that have been farming and cultivating for the last 15, 20, 30 years, and his life is not changing. He will cultivate the crops, he will take it to the market, he will sell at any one stupid price, and he's not making profit. How do you convince that kind of person? It's difficult. Now, the people that can easily be convinced are educated ones that are just coming to the farm. Educated ones are not coming to the farm because they just want to farm. They are coming to the farm because they don't have any other choice or any other alternative. If anyone have any other choice or any other alternative, they will not come to farm. That's the truth you must understand with me. People are not coming to farm or to start a farm because they love farming. No, people are coming to farm because they need a subsistence level. They need a means of getting employed. They need a means of livelihood. But unfortunately, when they come, even if you struggle for the educated ones, even if you struggle to buy the machineries, if you struggle to buy every other thing, you buy machineries, you equip your farm with everything you need to equip your farm. There's still one bigger challenge is the market is waiting for you. There's so many times I came to the farm, yes, I saw the challenges. Okay, the challenge there is that rural farmers are not producing very well. Their yields are low. I worked on increasing my yield. So I'm able to increase my yield. If I plant my 1 acre corn and I use the proper materials, I use my irrigation, I put manure, I use every other thing, I'm going to get good yield. I'm going to get minimum of 6 tons per hectare. I can assure you that. But now if I get these 6 tons per hectare, which means I'll be able to solve the issue of crop production, I'll be able to move from what farmers are producing 1 ton or 2 tons per hectare. But there's still one biggest challenge that is waiting for me, the market. How do I sell this produce? If you get to the market dictates the price for you. You cannot sell by yourself. A farmer, do you know the funny thing in Nigeria? How the market in Nigeria are owned by middlemen. All the store, if you go to market in Nigeria, the stores are owned by middlemen. So the middlemen owning the store means farmers don't have a store. So what farmers do is you take your farm produce, you take it to the market, and you have to hand it over to a middleman. If you don't, you cannot sell. I cannot just pick my vegetable now and say, I'm going to this market and I'll go and stay somewhere and say, no, they will not allow you. You are not allowed. So a farmer must go through a middleman to sell. See, I'm not criticizing that angle because a middleman, but I'm criticizing that angle because there's a real fraud in there. How can I produce? I go to the market to buy my chemicals, to buy my pesticide, to buy my seed, to buy everything. I travel all the way to Burkina Faso to get farm workers. I get to the farm, I put A and B plus 1 together, and then I get 2 baskets of tomatoes. But I don't have a choice to sell. I have to go and give a middleman. Then the middleman will sell and still 419 me and give me any price he or she wants. You see, I'm not blaming anyone for running away from the farm. I dare not. For anyone you see that survived in the farm for 4 years, for 5 years, honestly, you should hail them. They tried. If I meet anyone that has been in the farm and for 4 years, for 5 years, and they've not started selling farm materials, they are still producing, is still cultivating a feed. Honestly, you should give them kudos. You should give them kudos in Nigerian farm. I'm being sincere with you. These are things people don't understand. Now, I'm not here, like I said, I am not here to complain. I always look for solutions to things, and that is why I'm here. So now I'm trying to speak to educated farmers. If you are an educated farmer, you must have gone through all these things. You must have planted your crop, take it to the market, and like I tell you, you cannot sell it yourself. You can write it here, you can share the experience there. No single farmer in Nigeria can sell their foodstuff themselves in any market in Nigeria. You cannot. Farmers don't own markets. The markets are owned by middlemen. You cannot. Any market, go to Mile 12, go to any Shasha, go to any market in Nigeria. Farmers don't have any store there. Farmers cannot sell their produce. Farmers cannot dictate the price of their produce. I cannot carry my tomato or my maize that I've planted, that I buy everything to plant. I cannot take it to the market and sell at the price I want. It's not possible in Nigeria. It is not something encouraging for farmers. It is not. That's why farmers are living in poverty. That's why the poverty keep ringing. Now, what I'm trying to do, the best solution to do this is, okay, you are a farmer, you are an educated farmer, or you know an educated farmer. Come together as a group. We are looking at having a cluster group. I already have created some cluster. Now, this is what the cluster does. Okay, this is how the cluster work. They are international bodies. They are even local bodies that need farmers' produce. Because the moment you take those produce to the market, the general open market, it no longer belongs to farmer again. Like I told you, farmers cannot sell by themselves. They can only take it to the market, but the market will not allow you to sell by yourself. Farmers don't fix price. If I know my cost price, but I cannot decide my selling price. You cannot fix price as a farmer. Quote me anywhere, write it anywhere, go to the market, take anything to Nigerian market. As a farmer, you cannot sell. As a farmer, you cannot say this. I want to sell five naira, and you will sell. No way. It is the middleman that will dictate the price. It is the middleman that will fix the price. And because they did not involve in the cost of production, they did not even know the cost of production. They don't know how much you spend, so they can easily fix any stupid price they love. This is one of the main challenges farmers are facing. Now, I'm not going to blame middlemen. You know, I've learned never to blame things. I've learned to look for solutions, and I've learned to understand what is behind this issue. You see, why I'm going to take you back to story again. I told you I hope NEPA will continue to give me electricity so that I'll be able to. Now, I told you in the olden days, our fathers in the olden days, when they were farming, they take it to the market and stay and said, come and buy. And then when somebody comes, you say, how much? 5 naira. You say, okay, no, I'm not selling 5 naira. Or I'm not buying 5 naira. The farmer will negotiate and sell. After selling, he might give some percentage to, I don't know. But then I don't think there's no percentage. Now, as time developed, all of us, we were made to believe that agriculture is nothing. So every one of us are struggling. Once I read book and I get job, then I don't need farm again. So even our fathers, our grandfathers were struggling. They want to get everybody educated. If you are educated, you get job in the office, and then you are good to go. That is the system. In those periods where we were no more interested in the farm, the people we left in the farm are middlemen. So they took over the market. So real farmers don't have market. Now, now as population increases, things keep changing. They in the market see it as an opportunity to make money, which I wouldn't blame them for. I told you, I don't do blame game. I wouldn't blame them. They've been there. Where was I when they started their markets? Where was I? Where was you and I? Where was every one of us? We were busy running after schools, which is a good thing. But unfortunately, even the school, the School of Agriculture, the Department of Agriculture did not teach any one of us practical lives, how to survive in the practical life. They did not teach you how to plant and harvest. They did not teach you in school how to plant and harvest and sell to make money. It's not done. I don't want to go that way this afternoon. Let me stick with the farm, with the market. So now, like I said, so it is these middlemen that take over the market. And so right now, it's quite very, very difficult to move them out. Let me tell you how Nigerian system works again. Sorry, I take my Coke so that I'll be able to continue. Sorry. Okay. So now, where are these? Where they, like I said, we left the middlemen in the market. Now you are back because we've roamed about the street, we didn't get jobs. Now everybody starts telling us agriculture is the next thing, agriculture is the next thing. Then we ran to the market and we ran to the farm. You produce, but you were shocked when you get to the market that you don't have access to the market because people are owning it already. They owed the market, so you have to pass through them or you are not selling. So just like Nigerian government has cabals, Nigerian farmers too are faced with cabals. Markets in Nigeria are cabals. Now, how do we go about this? Because it is ridiculous that I go to the farm, I cultivate my crops, and now I have to go and dump into the market. And at the end of the day, because they don't know the cost of production, they don't know. So maybe my cost price is 5,000. In the market, they sell for me 2,000 or 1,000 because for every kobo they sell for me, they still have their percentage. If I'm selling at a loss, they have their percentage. If I'm selling at a gain, they have their percentage. If I'm selling at whatever price I choose to sell in the market cabals will take their own percentage. They will not just take their own percentage. They will take whatever they feel like. If I start telling you how much I've lost in my 12 market, you will cry for me, and you will cry for cried for thousands of farmers. How much we lost in the market. If you calculate your produce and we say, okay, even if they are selling a bag of cucumber 10,000, and they were selling your price at 10,000, it is the money they return to you that you will get. As in, a lot of them hold onto farmers' money. Then you start asking them until you are tired, then you don't ask again. I've changed market agents more than 100 times. You keep changing agents, as in you want to change, you use this agent. All the agents in the market are not trustworthy. Believe me, if you are farming, objective is, okay, once I farm, I'll go and sell it to the market. You are losing your money, you are throwing your money away. Just believe me and quote me. Just learn, you understand? Every market. So farmers don't have access to market. As of today, Nigerian system, I'm telling you, farmers, the real farmers producing food, don't have access to the market. It is the middlemen, it is the cabals that owns the market. Like I said, I don't do blame games. I look for solutions all the time. I look for a lot of solutions. I hardly sleep thinking of how to get this. See, and in my search for solution, for me to have my own personal solution, I need to involve other farmers. It is the truth, you know. You know, Yoruba will say, "Karin kakpo." Some of the Yoruba proverbs, I don't know how to finish it, but most of you understand what I'm saying. And, you know, there's another African proverb. It's even African proverb that said, if you want to go far, if you want to go fast, you want to go very fast, go alone. Because if you try to go with group, they'll be drawing you back. You'll be arguing. There will be issues. Excuse me. But if you want to go far, you want to really make an impact, you are going far, then go with group of people. You know why? When you are going with group of people, if you are dragging your leg, they will pull your hand. Let's go now. Come now. Don't stay. If you want to relax, no, guy, you know if you stay, you can't drag us back. We are going. Oh yeah, join us. That is an African proverb. But you know we don't use we don't use that proverb in Africa. We don't. Now, let me give you one reason. Now, as the cabals have owed the market, it means me as a farmer now, I drop my produce there. and I'm always going home dejected because we run at a loss. But meanwhile, you that you go to the market to buy that farm produce, you are going to, okay, let me give you an instance. One time I've taken tomato like 30 baskets to my 12 market. I got to my 12 market and the kaba, see, I told you cannot sell without kaba. You cannot carry tomato. I cannot just carry that tomato and say, yeah, I want to sell, come and buy. No way. You have to have, they call them, I forgot the name, Delari. You are Denari or Delari. You have to hand it over to somebody. It's all markets, so not only my 12, every market in Nigeria, there are cabals there. Now, when they collect these vegetables, that day they collect it from me, and he told me, now 8,000 they sell them now. They will not allow you to stay with the vegetables. They are the one that will sell. They will not say go or just hang around. They right there, people that are coming to buy will buy 12,000 naira. But they already know, they already told you they are going to, it's 8,000, and it's that 8,000 you will get. The 4,000 is for the market cabals. You can quote me anywhere. You can say this is what I said, and I mean it. It happens. That is what farmers are battling. So people outside will be screaming, tomato price is high, oh, pepper is high. They've done this, oh, Elubono day. Nala, your farmer is not getting it. So it's kind of frustrating. And that's why you keep, but tomato is 20,000 now. Why are the youths not going to the farm? But pepper is 100 million now. Why are the youths not going to the farm? Farmers don't have access to market. Oh, I just have to let you know. We don't have access to market. And it's the truth. So anything you are buying from the market, it is not farmers that is selling it for you. It is the cabals. And the farmers have been shortchanged. Now, how do we break not shortchanging the farmers? Because this is my 10th year. Actually, my next year will be my 10th year in Agoamodu, and not my 10th year on the farm. I didn't calculate the earlier years. Now, from experience, from challenges, from issues, I try to weigh it down, and I see that farmers need to create their own market, specially, which is a very big problem. It means, let me give you an instance. If you go to my 12 to buy pepper, they will sell it for you in kg. They might tell you it's 1,000 per kg, my 12. But do you know they didn't buy from farmers in kg? They didn't buy from farmer. They don't scale things for farmer in every open market in Nigeria. It is either they buy from farmer in one big bag or one big basket, or you understand, they won't buy. But they are selling in kilo. So if you go to my 12 or any other market, every market, and you are buying things in kilogram or anything, that is not what they buy from the farmer. That farmers have been shortchanged. The rural farmers don't have a choice, and that's why they continuously live in poverty. But most of us, most of you that are hearing me or that are just coming, you run to farm because you saw the price they are selling in the market. Okay, imagine they are selling chili pepper on 1,000 per kg. If you plant an acre, you get 10 tons. 10 tons is 10,000 per kg. 1,000 times 10,000 per kg. That gives you 10 million per acre. Then you carry your bags and run to farm. Now foul. Because by the time you finish, this is why people run into debt. By the time you finish planting, now when you are planting 10 million, you are calculating from 1 acre, you should make 10 million, which is the rightful things for farmers to get. But by the time you harvest, you load it into vehicle and get to the market, you are not going to be anything near 1,000 per kg. You are not even going to be anything near 800 naira per kg. If you sell for 200 naira per kg, thank God for your life. So this is why some people, though they are out to scam, this is where most of these investors, they miscalculated and get into trouble. Because they calculate with market price. Meanwhile, market price is not what farmer gets. And like I told you, farmers do not have direct access to markets. Farmer cannot sell by themselves. I don't have a store in the market. I don't have a store. I don't even have where to stay. So if I'm going to my 12 now, I need to have informed somebody in my 12 to say, come and help me sell. If I don't do that, I cannot sell by myself. You understand? Now, that is an issue. Like I told you, now the solution to this is this. In other countries, it's cool. In other countries, I've studied, I've been doing a lot of research, I've been doing a lot of work on this aspect because I know something needs to give way for something. We can't continue like this. We can't. It has to change. How do we change this? When farmers come together to work in groups, please don't talk about rural farmers because they will not do, they've been used to the system of, they've been povertylized, as in they are used to their system, that they will not change to a new system until they see the new system working. That's when they start, okay, please adopt us. But for now, they will not change. Excuse me, they will not change. They are okay with what they are doing, even if they are living in poverty. Now, for the you and Ezekiel, I noticed something. Go to Abeokuta side. Go to so many other sites in the outside there. You see a lot of abandoned farms. It's not only crop or poultry, fishery, whatever. This is the challenges they are facing. You see a lot of farm. People will come, they will buy 5 hectares of land. They will invest in irrigation, invest in borehole, invest in that, invest in seed and everything. But they cannot sell it. And they won't realize this until the last minute. Now, this is the difference again. I took my vegetable to my 12 or to which other market, Shasha or any market I choose to. As you drop those vegetables in the market, already you know farmer is not getting anything better. But people outside, maybe one market, one woman, those women selling near to your compound, they came to the market and they bought it 1,000. Now, before it gets to you at home, you that are living in estate or wherever, is already 1,500. You understand? But remember, it's only 200 naira that gets to the farmer that produces it. So now what farmers can do, what I'm trying to do, what I've been struggling to do, I've been struggling to do this for the past 4 years, is when farmers come together as a group, as a cluster, they will also have to market together as a cluster. This time around, we are not going to use the normal markets. Okay, the people that are buying, the people that are living in estates, do you know how many thousands of estates in Lagos, in other cities and everything? Who are the people buying these fruits and vegetables? It is not the rural farmers. It is educated people like me and you. So how do we get across to them? So what I'm trying to do is this. There are people that are ready that will pay. To them, they're already paying 1.5. Let's assume these people are paying 1.5. It gets to them 1.5. I now decide to link them up by myself and cut the market off. I'm now selling for them 1,000. It means they reduce their own costs and I gain more as a farmer. This is what I've been doing, and this is what I've been struggling to do with farmers. But you know, Nigerians, people don't join a system until it starts functioning. You understand? But like something people don't join. Okay, on my page I will say come for training. There's carrots, there's this. Maybe I'll get 5 people that are interested. Though I'm going on and I'm working with those 5 people. Let me give you an incident. If you go to shop, let me give you one calculation. If I package cucumber on my farm, a bag of, there's no measurement in the open market. Cucumber is the easiest thing to plant. Very easy to plant, and if you assuming farmer have access to market, will become a billionaire within 1 year. Yes, I use billionaire, not millionaire, but because we don't have access to market. Now, if I plant cucumber 1 acre, if I get good seed, I'm not talking of seed today, that's another topic for another day. If I get good seed, it means I'm going to be able to, on 1 acre, I'm supposed to harvest. These things, when I'm telling you, I've experimented with it. If I harvest, I'm supposed to harvest nothing less than 700 to 800 bags. This bag I'm telling you is about 30 kg to 35 kg. That feed bag is what they normally, if you use any other bag, they will buy your produce less. Now, if I harvest 800, let's say I harvest 500 bags from 1 acre of cucumber. If I go to my 12 to sell, you can sell 1,000. If you are lucky, 1.5. If you are lucky, 2,000 per bag, 35 kg bag, 30 kg bag of cucumber. Do you get it to buy like that in town? No. But you can see what they are selling, what we sell. You go to the market, sometimes you sell 2,000 per bag. you cannot regain, farmer can never break even. Sometimes, but if ShopRite is buying from me, ShopRite offered me 250 per kg, let's even say 200 naira per kg to sell the cucumber. It means that one bag that I'm selling 2,000, 1,000 in mile 12, ShopRite is buying from me for 7,000 or 6,000. But the challenge is right there is that ShopRite is not as big as the volume of people that are living in estates, that are living out. You can imagine the populations we have. So a larger form of the populations go to the open market to buy. It's not that when they get to mile 12, it's not that they will sell that cucumber for them in bags. Oh, I'm sure outside, go and buy one cucumber. You buy one cucumber, 100 naira or 200 naira. Cucumber they sell for you outside, they sell 1 kg is like 500 naira. They don't sell in kg, but that's the kind they sell. So by the time they sell it outside, they sell it, a bag will be getting to like 15,000 naira. But obviously, a farmer sells for 2,000 naira. That is why people are running away from the farm. That's why people are not producing. But like I said, we are looking for solution. And the solution is, if farmers, we come together, most especially the educated farmers, join the clusters. When you join the clusters, we sit down and produce together, and then we network market. Now, let me tell you where the markets are. You see, in 2014, when I met Kolesipi, I always, up to today, I always tell them there's no market, there's no market. And Kolesipi will tell me there's market, there's market. You know why they say there's market? Because Nigeria is importing. We're importing tomato. We're importing pepper. We're importing sweet corn. We're importing cucumber. No, we don't import cucumber yet. We're importing everything. And now, me as a farmer, I'm crying, I'm shouting, no market. A lot of people have been run. If you commit your pension money into farm, you are running into a loss. You are losing that money. If you commit, you save, you collect money from the bank to run into a farm in Nigeria, oh boy, you will not regain that money back. Quote me anyway. Because the market is a challenge. Farmers don't have access to markets. So how do farmers have access? Now let me give you an instance. I belong to a lot of groups, agricultural groups and everything. Now I discovered somebody need to do a solution. Like I told you, I started initiating a store in Lagos. I should be in Lagos by next week. I initiate a store in Lagos. The store is to serve as a preservation and cooling system. You know why? So that this is why that cucumber that we sell 2,000, 1,000 in mile 12, if you keep it in a preserved place, in a cooling system, we sell cucumber to home delivery at 400 naira, 500 naira per kg. And they are happy to buy because it's still more than what they buy on the roadside. But the challenge is that we don't have preservation to do that. So it means if I plant that cucumber and I get 800, that my 700 bags or 500 bags, and I go to my 12 to sell it for 1,000 naira, I've run a huge loss. But that bag, even if I can get it to sell at 6,000 naira, I will break even. Even at 60,000. Meanwhile, I can still get to sell it at 10,000 or 15,000 if I'm doing home delivery and supplying to homes. That is cucumber story for you. It means if I'm selling at 10,000 times 500 bags, I'm already making, do you know how much I'm making already on the farm, on 1 acre? That's for me to just bring the price, to bring the quantity down. But farmer will never get that. Now, I don't even advocate planting cucumber. I'm advocating, let's plant something together. When farmers come together as a group, they decide on what to plant, they plant together, there are markets to take it. Indomie noodles, they are importing pepper into Nigeria from India. Olam's food are importing a lot of things into Nigeria. You know why? Go and meet them, go and interview them, ask them, why are you doing this? Which I don't also blame them. Farmer, I will produce in January. I will wait for harvest in April. When I harvest in April, I will supply that company. When I supply that company in April, when I supply them in April or May, June, July, August, I don't have anything to supply again. How do they survive? Let me use Dangote company in Kano. Dangote opened that company in 2014. And ever since then, it has not been producing. Why? Dangote miscalculated. He opened that company on the fact that there is usually tomato waste. And it's true. Farmers in the north plant tomato. By this time now, they will start running to farm because we are going to dry season. They plant their tomato October, November, December. Then the tomato will start coming out January, February, March. That October, November, December, they will produce thousands of hectares. Then January, February, March, you will see trailers of tomato moving to Lagos, Ibadan, Port Harcourt, everywhere. That's when 50 kg basket of tomato, you buy it for 1,000 naira. They will even begging you, come and buy it now. Just buy, just take it home. Because everybody plants at the same time. I told you, we left the farm for illiterate farmers. Yes, we non-literate. We leave it for them. And so they do what they've been doing for the past 20, 30 years. So when they now flood the market, a basket, meanwhile, it means those farmers are running at huge loss. But because it's plenty in the market, everybody will be shouting, tomato is plenty, everybody will be rushing. Then 3 months after January, February, March, everybody know tomato scarcity starts from early April. April, May, because since they planted in November, October, November, December, nobody is planting in January, February, March. Nigeria is a case, honestly. So it means there will be no tomato again from April, May, June, July. Now, those periods, that same basket they were selling 1,000, that they were begging people to please come and buy it now. Please just take one basket. Even take it, just take it away. We now become 30,000, 40,000 because it's not plenty again. Now, what are the solutions? The only solutions is preservation, storage, cooling system. Nigeria needs to have a cooling system. As in, I was in a meeting with a guy. I was in a training, and one of my colleagues was from Jordan. I think Jordan is from that country. And he said in their country, they have a refrigerator, a cooling system that can preserve fresh tomato for the next 1 year. I remember, I'm talking about Dangote's store. So Dangote store, that Dangote processing factory can only survive if he has a cooling, not the cooling now, if he's able to coordinate farmers to produce all year round, but they are not ready to spend it in that aspect. They just thought they could scoop what is in the market. So it means Dangote factory will only work January, February, March. So it's not going to work for the rest of the year, the 9 months, because there's nobody producing tomatoes then as farmers. That is why Dangote's factory is not working since 2014. Now, what are the solutions for our educated farmers? We need to come together as a cluster. One, we need to select the kind of vegetables or food to plant. If you join a cluster to plant chili pepper or any type of, like, okay, before you do that, I said the first solution to all these challenges, let's assume I have a preservation, a storage facilities that can preserve chili pepper for just 3 months or 4 months. If farmers produce, and farmers in the cluster, I say, okay, you don't just go and produce 20 acres. Everybody will be producing one acre every month. So if each of us are producing one acre, let's say we are 10, we are 100 in a group. One acre every month means, let's say we are getting one tons every month. We already know from 100 of us, we are getting 100 tons. And we look for where to distribute it or sell it. And then and it means we can avoid the open market. Distributing or selling means, do you know the quantity of people in Nigeria? We look for market, estates, all these people. We sell directly, home delivery, we deliver. That's one. Then the second two is, it is only when we are producing, we are sure, okay, every farmer is producing one acre per month. It means we are getting 100 tons per month. It means we can negotiate with Indomie noodles. We can negotiate with companies that are using it in bulk. We can negotiate with companies that are importing it and say, no, please stop importing. I have a group, and my group have funds, and we can supply you all the year round 100 tons of pepper. And do you know, when we negotiate with them, we favor them than for them to be importing, and it will favor us than for us to not be producing. It is when we now meet this domestic market that we can now look for outside markets, as in export. There's a group of farmers in Ghana that produces and export. There are about 250 farmers that are producing chili peppers and they are exporting. That's a secret. This is how countries, this is how things are done in so many other places and every other thing. But you stayed. There's this belief in Nigeria. I have my money. I don't even want my neighbors to know what I'm doing. So I get my money. I start a mini farm or a small farm somewhere. And when I start that farm somewhere, I decide I struggle. I want to produce 10 acres. There's somebody that will always tell me I have 100 acres, and I'll be smiling because it's not making anything. It can't tell me it's making profit. Because if you produce the 100 acre at a time and you get it to the market, you are going to crash that market price that day. And you are also going to sell at the same price everybody is selling. They won't say because you produce 10 acres, then we buy at higher price. No. So if you have 10 acres or 100, you don't need to produce 10 or 100 at the same time. But you can produce one every month if you are in a group and the group work it out. Okay, we have 100 farmers. Each of us, my capacity is half acre you produce. But maximum, nobody must produce more than 1 acre per month. It means every month you are producing pepper. And with this, those people importing can stop importing because now they have another assurance of the market. 2016, I got a link to Spar supermarkets. You can see them all around here. We scheduled a meeting. I went to Lagos to meet them. And they told me, I will check my mail. They have a requirement. Please don't ask me to send it because I won't send anything to anybody. They have a requirement of vegetables that is going to like 130 something. These are some of the things they are importing. They now said before they can partner with people, they want to be sure they want like 40 farmers in the same place with like 40 acres of land. It means they want to be assured that, okay, if I stop importing, you will not disappoint me. If I stop importing, you will not say no. You know, that kind of, you will not say you plant in January and you leave the remaining months. That is why these people are importing. And when immediately I say cluster, people say, I have tomato, I have pepper, will you collect it? I look at it as being selfish. They are quality demanded, quality. There's something called quality that Nigerians don't have. That pepper you have on your farm does not meet the quality that is required. That tomato you have, no. These are challenges farmers don't understand. People just, okay, I have money, jumped into farm and start farming. I've gone through a series of trainings. Do you know Nigeria is banned from importing beans or exporting beans or anything because of the effect of chemicals and things we use in our food produces? There are things you cannot use. I'm currently running a carrot group. Somebody asked yesterday that can they spray sorry, I don't know the name of herbicide or pesticide or whatever. Yes, I told you my several years on the farm, I don't know their names. So he mentioned pre-kinikon. I know what he's trying to say is something that when you plant or when you spray it, do not allow grass to grow. And I told him, we are going to put traceability. I learned this. It was a training. I learned this. Traceability is the fact that if we have 100 farmers, everybody has got a code. These codes are going to be placed on each other's, the code is going to be placed on everyone's produce. So that when you are sending your produce from your place, you put the code. Even if you combine, if you are in Port Harcourt, you have 5 farmers in our group in Port Harcourt. You are not going to combine your produce. Farmer A in Port Harcourt, we have code 0010 or 0010. Farmer B, we have his code. So you place the code on each of your baskets or your produce and send it to collection center where we have. When they come to the collection center, we collect it together and send. If there is a complaint, we know whose code has problem. That is what cluster does. That is how it functions. That is how it works. Not that we just, okay, we're in Port Harcourt, we've produced, this is our produce. We don't identify. It's called traceability. We need to be able to trace back. Now, I told my group, my carrot cluster group, we are starting a pepper cluster group. I send the link to people that are registered for my class. I said, in the traceability means, I'm training everyone. See, I'm training everyone right now. We are not planning to grow for Nigeria. We are also planning to grow to export. You see, I belong to a lot of groups and they have interest in our produce. Ghana is exporting, Kenya, Uganda. Honestly, it's sickening. Now, we are producing poison to eat for ourselves, which is fine. We're used to it. Someone will even said, as in bad food doesn't kill us. But if we want to earn in dollars. We want to earn export. Do you know if farmers are exporting, our dollars wouldn't go this far because it will be dropping. Let me take you back to 1960. I was not born there, but I read a lot about it. In those era, common cocoa were used to export to turn farmers to billionaires and millionaires. Most of our present elders now, people in their 60, 50 something that school abroad, that went on scholarship abroad, were trained with cocoa's money. Their fathers were farmers. But immediately they left the field, they never looked back again, and they never developed the system. And they are the ones that destroyed the country most. People in their 60s, 70s, they are the ones still ruling, 70, 80. They are the ones that destroy Nigeria. Because the moment they are able to escape through that system, they don't look back again. They never look back, and then they will start shouting, youth are doing this, youth are doing that. Honestly, I'm sorry, I apologize. But they are the one. Because what have you built? What did you build? What did you guys do? You went, you left back, you crossed the system, you left the system, and you make it bad because we are not building the system. Because the moment you cross over to abroad or to anywhere, you find a better life. But did you come back to inculcate that better life in people around you? No. But now everybody stay there and be saying, people here are not serious, we are not serious. If I hear anybody blame youth for not farming again, I'll stone you. So guys, Nigeria has potentials, great potentials. Now, I was telling story of 1960 when I was not born. I've read a lot of stories. You see news, you follow the stories of research. Now, in those years, cocoa was planted as a cluster. Cocoa was planted as a cluster. And see, there's one power that people don't understand. If you have, you know why? If now, in the north, if people are looking for any food crop, if you are looking for maize in bulk, they will say, go to the north. If you are looking for tomato in bulk, they say, go to the north. If you are looking for this, go to the north. You know why? Because they know this is the area where we have plenty of farmers producing it. So that's the power of network for them. So if the group of farmers have tried to inaugurate the cluster that everybody will come together, but it's not going to be workable. You know why? People always give me problem. If I say come to Agua Modu, come and farm, they will become problems for me because they believe it's my work to take care of their farm. But if everybody stays in their location and you are producing, it doesn't even have to be. See, if you can afford 1 acre of land, then you can produce 1 acre, 2 acre is okay for you. The most important thing is good agricultural system. I just told you now that if I plant my cucumber with good seed and everything, I will get 800 bags. But farmers are struggling with 1 acre of cucumber and they are getting 50 bags, 100 bags. So there's the practices that you need to inculcate, that you need to put in. And there's quality and standard that is required for you to supply to companies. See, the people in companies are not, let me tell you something. If you plant maize, there's something that affects maize that is called aflatoxin. Aflatoxin is handling, if maize is not properly handled on the farm. When you plant your maize, when it's drying, you don't quickly harvest it, rain is falling on it, it starts to grow some mucus and some things. It's called aflatoxin. This aflatoxin causes cancer both in woman and it affects baby most. As in other countries, in countries that have regulations, they don't use maize that have aflatoxin to produce food, because it causes cancer of the bone. It affects babies of 1 year, 2. There was a time in Nigeria, they tried to enforce it in NAFDAC, but our things don't work. They tried to enforce it in NAFDAC, and that's when it becomes a bit popular, but now they've relaxed a bit. If you are buying baby food, and the corn they use in producing that baby food have aflatoxin, that's why you have a lot of malfunctions with babies from 1 year, 2 years. It's really affect their brain. You can read more on this place. So what I'm trying to explain is that the opportunities right here is that, okay, the power of network. If there's a group, okay, farmer here in Port Harcourt, we have 5 farmers. In Ogun State, we have 3 farmers. In Kaduna, we have 2 farmers. In Ibadan, we have 3 farmers. In Kinikon, but we already know the quantity of what we are expecting from each farmers. It means we can negotiate with companies. We can tell these stores and say, look, don't import again. I have farmers that will be supplying you every month, and this is the quantity we can supply every month. And you know, when you sell to all these companies or whatever, you sell in kg. I'm going to say this. I hope it's fine. I got an order from ShopRite to supply carrots and some other things. But they told me just go and bring that one first. Since last year, when they gave me, I've been sitting down. You know, I told you I've been trying to inaugurate different kind of clusters. The one I will say, come, I will give you free land. The one I will say, oh, you understand? But I realized, no, let people undo their own farms. Let people undo in their own location. Let's see how we can collate. So I put it out. Who will join the carrot cluster? And I already has them. What's the price? They are buying in kgs, 500 naira per kg. If you plant carrots and you get it very well, on an acre, you should get an average of 8 tons to 15 tons. But me, I don't normally calculate with those big tons. Come back to 8 tons or 5 tons. So it means even if you are getting 4 tons from an acre of carrots, and at 500 naira times 4,000, that's 2 million naira. But I don't even advise people to go and plant 1 acre at a time, because farm workers, farm kinikon, wahala, the stress is much. So plant quarter acre. That's what I do. When I bring people to cluster, I mandate and say you must not plant more than this. And even if you plant more than that, I know the quantity I will collect from you, because there are other people. It is when the group, some people are not meeting up, that we can start expanding for some other members of the group. But I can't actually, you understand? These are the things that people need, others that people need to put in place. And I noticed something. When you say people join this cluster, no, I don't like carrot, it's tomato I want. That tomato you are planting, how much are you making from it? That pepper you are struggling when you refuse to join the one that have markets, what have you made from it? How profitable is it for you? How profitable? This is the problems we have. I've been shouting, let's plant coconut. Let's do coconut challenge. Let me talk about a little bit about coconuts. Do you know there's something in 1960s, the stories I was telling you, the Awolowo time, they created farm settlement. I read 3 days ago, I was reading something online midnight, and I come across one of the farm settlement. I couldn't finish that thing. I shared it on my timeline, and I was crying. I was shedding tears. I was weeping. What kind of country is this? In 1960 something, they created those farm settlements. Those farm settlements were created to follow. They went to Israel. There's a place in Israel called Kisbot or Kismot. Kisbot is a voluntary organization where you be in the group, everybody will do things together. It's agriculture, it's intentional agriculture. It's called intentional agriculture. I read everything, and honestly, I weep for Africa. I weep for Nigeria. Now, at the farm settlements now, the ones in Nigeria, some farm settlements in southwestern states have about 400,000 hectares of land wasting away. I saw the farmers that are there too. I realized, yeah, those people in 1960, they released something. But let's imagine if those farm settlements, because they give each one of them like 10 acre of land to cultivate. If those 10 acre of land, they use 5 acre of it to cultivate coconut. Or because cocoa cannot it's not all land that are suitable for cocoa. Maybe coconut or cocoa or cash crop. Do you know those people will not abandon those farm settlements? They will not. Because they will be harvesting the cocoa. Even if it is once a year they are getting that money, they will sit down there. Like I said, they tried in the 60s. But you know the problem now? We were saying the 1960 people tried, but they did not try enough. What exactly did our 2022 people did? 2020 people, what did they do in agriculture? Nothing than spending money. But like I said, I'm not talking about government, honestly. Somebody called me the other day, was telling me, you are so bitter about government. I say, yes, I'm very bitter about them. Very bitter, because I see people in government, they have access to the finance, they have access to the whatever, but they are squandering and destroying Nigeria, and they will keep destroying Nigeria unless people that are directly involved take action. And how can you and I take action? I don't have money. I don't have the connection to do this. But one-on-one, the power of network, we can get things done. Like I said, if there's a network and we decide, okay, we are planting everybody. I said the other time now I call a challenge. I said let everybody plant 10 coconuts every year. 10 coconut tree. One coconut tree when mature will give you minimum of 100 fruits. And when it gives you minimum of 100 fruits, you know what that means? If you have 10 every year, in 10 years you have 100. If you can have more than 10, you plant 20. If you start, see, the problem is, whatever any type of agriculture you are starting in Nigeria, if you don't have a cluster where you can access ready markets, apart from the open market, if you are planting for this market, honestly, you are throwing away your money. If you are planting for the current system of market we have in Nigeria, you are throwing away your money. And you know what? The agents, they don't have shame. They don't care. In your presence, they will sell and still cheat you. So this is why I come out this afternoon. And I know I've talked and talked and talked. And I hope I've been able to say some things. I will attend to questions. I will read some what people have written. And I hope you are going to join the cluster. Because if I keep talking and talking, even if I talk from now to tomorrow, we might not still do anything. Okay, somebody said, is our government okay? Sorry, I'm trying to see the questions. Don't mind me. So these are the things we need to do. And honestly, let me explain the dollar issue. Like when you talk of the dollar, currently maybe Nigeria, maybe $1 is 600 or 650 naira, going to 700 naira. Imagine, oh. Imagine if we import wheat from Ukraine that is facing war, still have wheat that they are exporting to African countries that have land. African countries that have land that are not being used, that we are not using. African countries that have good weather, good climates. African countries that have men that have the highest rate of unemployed youth. But like I told you, I'm not blaming any youth for not coming to the farm. You can't. I told you when I started this video, give me hoes and give me hoe now and cutlass. What can I cut? And the youth coming after me are even worse. But in the midst of no machineries, what can we do? Because if you don't do something, you will not be able to afford to buy machineries. Now, this is the intention I have for clusters. If you join any of my cluster group, if you join the coconut group, fine. If you join the carrot group, fine. If you join the pepper, I'm going to create a lot of cluster group. Now, these are the advantages, opportunities I have for collation of produce. Number one, I've just told you there are stores that commission me to get fruits and vegetables for them on weekly basis. But I've not been able to do that. That's why I'm springing up clusters on different crops. If I join it together, it will be too clumsy. So if you want carrot, you join carrot group. If you want pepper, you join pepper. If you want tomato, you join tomato. If you want coconut, you join. If you are planting, that is, whatever you are planting is which group you join. There's orange flesh potato, I will bring it out. This potato, different. So that when you plant in your area, you don't need 1,000 hectares. You don't need. Like for me, I would say, if you have quarter acre, you need like maximum, if you have access to 4 acres or 5 acres, you can plant all year round. 4 acres is okay. 4. You know why? Because I don't want you to plant one acre every month. One acre is too much. When you talk to we are using manual. We are still dealing with hoes and cutlass. We are still struggling with all these things. But assuming it is small acre, for instance, let me tell you, at the back of my house there, I did a garden. My garden should be going to almost half acre. If at a time I employ somebody that used to come in dry season, there's somebody that used to come and wait for me. But there was a time she stopped coming. You know what I would do? I'll carry watering can because it's not much, it's not plenty. I'll carry my watering can. I will go there and be wetting them one by one, be taking care of them. If I didn't see anybody to harvest for me, I will stay there. It will take me time. I will harvest. I don't know if you understand. So if you start small, but let me give you one example. The pepper in my compound, if I send it to Lagos, I'm selling 1 kg, 2,600 naira. 1 kg, 2,600 naira. Now, let's say it's not much, like I told you, and my compounds, my community people are coming here to harvest and every other thing. Now they even start coming to plant for me. They plant, they also start coming to plant their own things in my compound. Now, if I'm selling 1 kg of pepper 2006, let's say 2006 is much, let's say 2000, and I'm able to quarter acre of pepper, you will get 200 and for 1 acre of pepper, you are going to get 10 tons if you take care of it. So if I go to quarter, it means I will get 2.5 tons. That's 2,500 kg. If you are selling at 1,000 naira per kilo, you are still going to make 2,500,000. But note, it means you need irrigation, you need so many things. So if you can start hand wetting first, don't do small quarter, small acres for hand wetting. By the time you are going to the market, you start saving money towards buying irrigation. With irrigation, you can expand your farm small. With this is how to start. But a lot of people will just think, okay, I have 1 million, I want to do 2 acres. 1 million cannot do 1 acre. 1 million cannot do 1 acre. By the time you start doing this, yes, I'm telling you, 1 million. If you have 1 million, you will not. The farm will stop halfway. Your farm will stop halfway. But do you know how many people can put down 1 million? So that's why I said do small. Create garden, create sack farming, create sack farming close to your house. Start small. Then when you start building it small, little by little, then you can expand. Like I said, people that join my cluster, we're discussing with people that are selling irrigation. You will give us at installment. For people that are, if you do hand wetting, you are producing and you are sending to the cluster. It means I will talk to them. See, this person is always bringing vegetables, always supplying. And it's regular, so let's give him drip irrigation. We stand for him, give him drip irrigation so that he can expand his farm, and we'll be deducting the money from, okay, you bring produce of 50,000, we remove 2,000, you get the other change. These are things people do in clusters. No government is coming, no bank is coming. Bank of Agric in Nigeria, they're not even in the rural area, they're in the city. Bank of Industry, unless you buy a machinery. I need to produce before I can buy machinery. If I don't produce, what did I want to use machinery for? I need to produce. It is when you start producing that you have something to process. If you're not producing, you can't process. And like I told you, if you're going for exports, you want to earn in dollars, they don't eat poison like we eat. It means if you are, like I was telling people in my group, because there's going to be traceability. If they reject any of your own produce, it means it's not my fault. But I'll put you to the right system, the right method to use. Only me cannot do it. I even told somebody that I'm reducing my farm because if I'm going to be coordinating all these things, it means I may not have 100% time or 120% time to stay on my farm. So I just want to give my boss one thing to stay with, to run after, so that I'll be able to. And once this one is coordinated and everybody is good, so only me don't have to plant 20 acres. Quarter, small. And gradually, somebody in the group was asking for machineries. I said, look, I look at us as a group. For instance, let's say you went to somewhere to import, you want to import a farm machinery. If you are importing a mini machinery, if you are buying 10 or 12, the price come down compared to when you are buying one. This is the power of network. This is what a group can do when you're in clusters, when you form a group. This is what you can do together. This is what everybody can do together. You see, but if you don't do all these things, if you don't have that kind of network or connections, we cannot move forward. Like I keep saying, no government is coming. Nobody is coming. Believe me, if you start this in your community, you are doing your own and you are making money. Now invite the rural farmers. Let them produce for you too. And you bring it to the main group because you already have markets. So you train the rural farmers in your community to follow you up. Because if you are, once the price you are making your money, you are, okay, you get more 10 farmers, you can relax. And when you are relaxing, money is still coming in for you. Honestly. Okay. So guys, there's a lot. There's a farmer in Uganda, I will use him as an example again. Sorry, me and my cook. There's a farmer in Uganda, and the farmer coordinates. Although he's not a farmer, but he has access and everything. So he goes to attend. There are trade fairs and everything that happens every year where you get customers for export. But like I told you, we've not even supplied our homes. we are importing yet. So until when we fill the homes, until when we supply the homes, the domestic, the homes first, before we can talk of exporting. So now, there's a farmer, he's not a farmer, there's a farmer or he's not a farmer, he coordinates all the farmers, he will train them on good agricultural practices. He will put them through all the services and everything. And they now collate, they export groundnut, ekpa. You see, things that are easy to plant, they export groundnuts. They export sweet potato. They export eggplants. Imagine, if I plant eggplant on my farm, it can stay 2 years. You'll be harvesting, it will be producing. You'll be harvesting, it will be producing. Eggplants, garden egg or eggplant. They export eggplant. They export groundnuts. They export chili pepper. They're exporting habanero, yellow, green, red. But these are only feasible if we are working together in groups. We are shortchanging ourselves. Really shortchanging ourselves. It's only feasible when we work as group. If you are a group in a general cluster, you train the people in your community, they supply for you, you relax. Your own farm become a demonstration plot. You just do demonstration and farmers, the rural farmers will take it up. As long as they are sure that the market is there, as long as they are sure that, okay, this person, as he's taking this produce, is bringing my money back. As he's taking this produce, is bringing my money back. That is how to work. And you will now find out that eventually, at a stage, we will be dictating and say, look, we are selling our pepper 1,000. And we say, okay, I use NURTW, for example, one day. The drivers union. Let me still share it here again. You know what they do? If you are a driver, you have a vehicle, you join the meeting. As long as you are carrying passenger, for any day you can. Okay, let me use my. I was taking tomatoes to Shasha Market in Ibadan then from my village here. I always go to Shasha Market with tomatoes. So those drivers, they will now tell me early in the morning, they quickly run to the park to go and drop money. And I asked them, why are they dropping money? They said, as long as you load that day, you must drop 1,000. Even I said, what if they don't see you? They said, no, they always drop it. Initially, I was thinking those people, they are cheating them. They always drop 1,000 naira. They know, I'm sure it's more than that now. They will now go. So one of these days, I sent those drivers, 2 of them, golf vehicle. They took my tomatoes to Shasha. I traveled, I was not around. They called me midnight. And the vehicle had accident. One of the vehicle had accident. The vehicle tumbled. And I was disturbed because I was far away. I was calling on the phone. And within like some minutes, they told me not to worry. I should relax. I should do what I'm doing. The union, the drivers union from the village here, they went there with another vehicle. They took another driver's vehicle. They went to that place. Police has already taken that vehicle. They've moved the guy that had accident to the hospital. They went to that place. They told the other driver to go, since he didn't have accident, to go and deliver what I asked them to deliver. Even the tomatoes, they assist to stop another driver. They load it into another vehicle, the one that did not get spoiled, and asked them to move it to the market. They took over everything. They discharged that guy from the hospital. They move him. The vehicle that the police had seized, they collect the vehicle from the police and they move everybody back to the village that day. I was shocked. You know, the police were all and everything. They moved everyone. You know why? Because those guys were dropping their 1,000 naira as group members. Since then, I respect those guys. That is just one example I give you. And they moved the guy back to the. You understand? Let's assume he's an individual, he's the only one. Do you know, one, the problem is going to be part of mine. That driver alone, maybe he didn't even have any savings to move his vehicle back, to go to the hospital, to do all this. But the drivers, you know, they took it over. When I came back, I went there specially to thank them for that. I was really impressed. That is one. The second thing they do, they have meeting. I don't know if it's every Saturday, but I know there's one Saturday they used to pursue themselves. They'll be, if you don't come for meeting, you pay fine. Now, at that meeting, they have contribution. I know you don't want to hear this, but if you don't do this, we cannot move. At that, they have contribution. At that contribution, you know what they do? As in, when you are contributing, contribution is, maybe everybody contributes 1,000 or 2,000. Somebody will pack it. So, that is how they are able to change their vehicles. You know, they are using vehicles and they're carrying passenger and it's wear and tear and so many things and everything, family and all this stuff. So it's when they pack that their contribution. If it's my turn, I pack my own contribution and sell my old vehicle add the money I packed from add the money I sold from the vehicle, buy another new one again. That is what drivers do. So you can hardly see drivers begging the streets. That's the second one. The third one with them, do you know, as they are in the village right here, in my village, in every village they are, they contribute money to send to the national body. That is why the national body, that's why politicians could respect them. Politicians they can't really surprise them or whatever, because they are financially okay. Farmers are suffering because our body that is representing us is really for their own personal pocket. You know something? When I came to the village, I went to join a farmers meeting. All Farmers Association of Nigeria. I went there. I got there. The ESCOs. You know what they were discussing? They were discussing how they went to one government occasion and they gave them 10,000 naira, how they will share the money. And do you know that's what these people are waiting for? But that was the last day I went to that meeting. So if we really want to have a say, do you know what? If NURT call for strike, do you know they will start begging them? You know why? Because it will have impacts in the whole country. So who should have that one? Farmers. We produce food, for Christ's sake. But we could not do that because our members are poverty striking. Our members don't have access to markets. Our members are suffering. When people come, when investors, they come and say, pay 20,000 and get 100,000, I will farm for you. I smiled. I always smile. You know why? Because I know they don't know the basic. Because it's either two things. It's either they are how to scam, or they did not even know the basic. They don't know what is underground. So I always emphasize, and I tell people, I advocate, you have to empower the rural farmers. But like I told you, we don't have money to be sharing. But we, the educated farmers, need to have a carcass. And the market is huge. The market is there. Honestly, it's really, okay, I work with Kolesipi. I do a lot of program with Kolesipi. I've known them since, I told you, I'm always complaining to them there's no market. And they will tell me, they were the one that gave me the link to SPARS. I went to SPARS and tell them I want to supply. They give the conditions. I cannot meet it up. But then I was still selfish. I didn't even announce it. I didn't call people. But even ShopRite, they have things they import. All these stores are importing. And I don't blame them, because they will tell you, you supply them 1 month. The next month you cannot. But if it is a group, if Farmer A did not have, Farmer B will have. If Farmer C did not have, Farmer D will have. It's kind of, okay, they want 1 ton. Some farmer might not produce, some might overproduce, but since we have a kind of structured, so we are sure of producing. And once we are able to fill the domestic market, then you can go to export market. You can now start looking for export. But already right now, things are being important to the country. That's why. And see, you don't even need to bother about the dollar. The moment we start selling, you make money. The moment we know, okay, we are getting to have surplus, then we look for export market and we earn in dollars. So farmers, in the olden days, they said farmers are king. But now farmers are paupers. And how do we do that? Those are the solutions. Then we need preservation. Like I said, preservation, storage. Preservation, storage. If these things are not available, forget it. And like I said, one person cannot just start a storage. One person cannot start a preservation. It's network, it's group. If you are supplying, you are doing and waiting. You are producing, you join the pepper group, or you join Kinikon group, or you are in this group, or we are working. Then gradually you start empowering your members. By the time you empower your member that is in Port Harcourt, the other people in his neighborhood will, how now your body they shine now? How is your body shining? And that's how I believe things should be done. That's how I believe farmers can get better. From there, then if I'm okay, I'm fine, then I can involve 20 or 30 of them in my rural community. I can even involve all of my community. Oh yeah, guys, produce now. And then I tell them, this is my condition, this is the situation, you have to meet it up. But the fact that they see that I'm making money from there, I'm earning, and they will see it, you can't hide it. Because it will reflect on your farm. If you are using ants before, now you turn to irrigation. From irrigation, you have weeder, you have equipment that are working on your farm. People will be wondering. They'll be wondering that, okay, how are you getting money to buy all these things? You keep increasing your farm. And that's how they start joining you. But you still youth come to farm, and then they see me still carrying hoe and cutlass. Or no, why would you ask you to come to farm when it is hoe and cutlass? But for us that are in the farm already, this is what I think we can do. This is what I think. This is the only way we can do this. And it is then you can come together